Good morning. I'm here. Almost. What's up? What is up? Good morning, good day, good evening. Stayed up late last night because Friday, I don't know, which is fine. And here we are. I got a solid 6 hours of sleep, so that's not bad. Good morning, Trish. I still got the morning face. I'm not awake. I'm good though. I'm good. What's everyone up to? Just made my coffee, ready to go. It's all the way to the tip top this morning. Change to live. God dang. What would I do without Trish? What would I do without Trish? Morning be shady. I'm gonna buy a knife today. Anyone else? Anyone else? And if so, anyone else? What are you gonna buy? All right, I'm gonna change this to live chat, bringing up a bigger chat from eyeball face. Hate Nate, bright and early. My man. What's up, dude? And Kathleen Smith. Hello, all. Be lurking. Wonder what Kathleen's getting into this morning while she's lurking. Everyone can imagine that young lady running around doing her thing. Oh, blind woo. How long's everyone been up? You guys just getting up? Just is there an alarm that says, "Oh, Dan went live"? No, definitely not. Been up for a couple hours, been doing stuff. I've been up for 30 minutes, maybe. Pat, are you an hour ahead of me? I can't remember. Or are you still in Central? I think Pat or Trish. It's so my brain sees and knows. Been up since 3:30. Good Lord. What'd you get up for? Work? Or are you, maybe that's the other thing too. Sometimes you work early, so you have to get up early for work. So then on your days off, you still get up early. It's kind of the thing. I look like I could be in bed. I could. I got enough sleep. If I sleep much more than 6 hours, 7 hours, then I feel groggier. What's an ocean? That's a lot of bees. You look, okay, good in bed, not in bed. What do you think, Paul? Thank you. I have sleepy eyes, but yeah, good in bed, not in bed. Thoughts, Paul? Oh, that's just what I need in the morning. What's my drink? This is black coffee filled to the rim. Oh shoot, I don't have that on. Or wait, what sound does that make? Neil McKenzie has become a member for 14 months. Neil McKenzie is a member at the gas station level for 14 months. Hello. Sorry, I didn't have that turned on yet. My bad. It is now on. Neil, 14 months. Good morning to you. Black Cat Espresso coffee beans. No, Intelligentsia. Coffee beans, grind them up. Bees for life. And no addition. We get this regularly. Can I ask a question? Asking if you can ask a question is asking a question. We could skip it and just ask the question. As long as it's correct. Okay.
At Blind Wu Fury became a member. At Blind Wu Fury celebrates 9 months of membership. Gestation period status check.
9 months. About to be birthed into the world. Been in the world, surrounded by placenta. Oh, it's the morning. It's the morning. Blind Woo for 9 months. Check. Ocean waves, I like bees. Should like bees. I'm one of the people that's pro, my leaves are still out on the yard. And one of that is for bugs and the bees. Too many people clean up all their leaves and complain about having to clean up their leaves. Just mulch them into your yard. Your yard's going to be lusher and greener, and you support the bugs that are vital to our ecosystem. And you don't have to work. This is hot coffee. That's why I'm sipping it. If it was cold, I probably would have pounded half of it already. I've been caffeine free for almost 30 minutes. Whoa. Whoa. That's kind of deep stuff for the morning. It's kind of deep stuff for the morning. I hear you. But we're waking up right now. That's like bottom of the ocean. Okay, ocean waves. I love bees. We all love bees. But we don't need to. We got it. We got it. Once or twice is great. Great. But if we keep doing the bees, I'm going to have to make them go away. And it's not because I don't like bees. Oh, naked hummus o'clock for Paul.
Missed yesterday evening's live stream, and I do apologize, sir. Got a lot of shit to do this morning, so I'm gonna lay this egg right quick. So sorry for the smell of coffee and shit. Oy vey. Today in the face.
Oh, that's fun. That's fun. I'm gonna lay this egg right quick. I hate to even consider copying someone, but when Tri-State said he wants to take all the Nate quotes that he gets and collaborate them together into a children's book, it's I just almost want to just save mine and just give them the try. Like, here's a couple more for your book. Hate Nate, never worry about or if life is life, bro. Everyone's living on their own adventure, and whatever you got to get into day to day puts you to where you are. And we're doing stuff. If you got things going on and you miss a live, that's still love you. Still a Magna slut. I mean, you can't change that. So, cheers to you. Thanks for the $20 in fresh morning air. Except for it smells like coffee chip. Yeah. Bees Blades, love that guy. Good guy. Met him. Met his wife. Great people. Great people. Got to hang out with them in Atlanta for a bit. Very cool. I don't get to watch his lives. There's a lot of lives I don't watch. It's not because I don't want to. It's just stuff, things, doing stuff. Like we're saying with Nate, you only have so much time in the day to get done the things you get done. I don't consume a ton. Yeah. Although I did play GTA last night for like 2 or 3 hours. Sabra caramelized onion hummus is quite good. I like their the red pepper one. Is that what it's called? Just red pepper? But the Sabra does have those nice little bins, tubs. What do you call it? Dish, bowl, tub. It's like a nice tub of hummus. Paul just has got it sitting on his lap right here, just digging in. Oh, got a little on my. Yeah. I like the hummus. Sometimes I could just spoon that. Oh, I'm out of pita bread or chips or whatever it is you're dipping. Spoon that stuff right in.
Sheila, oh Sheila, let me love you till the morning comes. The dose of Sheila has been injected. Later Magnas sluts. Rock on gesture emoji. Rock on gesture emoji.
Magnas sluts. You got to figure out how we can phonetically spell it so he screams Magnus sluts. Oh Sheila. Who knows that? I heard it the second I read the first couple words. Hey Nate, thank you, bud. Go get it. Get your day. Get to it. Have a good one. Dip those chips, baby. You got to dip those chips. You got to dip them wad deep. Get a big old scoop of spice, right? That's what's up. Good morning, Fred. It's my own fault, Palmy. Everything's my fault. Everything. Paul, I just remembered moments ago, I was like, okay, I gotta go make my coffee. I was like doing one of these quickies, might have been in the bathroom. I don't know where I was. But Paul had just posted up a knife with this god awful huge hollow peen on there. Paul, you cutting that bastard off? Well, apparently I don't look good in bed. I'm good in bed. Wait. I totally read it wrong, but apparently I look to be good in bed. Yeah. Paul, do you know what I'm talking about? Was it a fresh post? It was like, had the biggest peen on it, and had a hole. It was hollow. It was like, Jesus. Cut that zombie off. I bet you will. Or maybe you won't. I was scrolling and I saw it and it was like, oh, dude, I gotta make my coffee. What's up, Jim? Palmer, I need to buy a welding machine so I can weld flipper tabs on flipperless knives. What do you think about that, Paul? I'm gonna weld. To be like, Paul, maybe he'll sell you. He's got a bag full. He might sell you. That would be great. Ooh, coffee is literally at exact 14 minutes in, exact temperature of correctness. Temperature of correctness. Yeah. Yes. What's everyone getting into today? I am unsure. I have the day. I'm pretty free. So I'm going to try to be as productive as I can, which, who knows? That joke is older than dirt. Palmy shows up once every 3 months, so it's fine. Jim's going to watch Wicked with the wife. I have not seen Wicked. There's kind of moderately scandalous talk about the people in it and what they're doing and all that stuff. But from what I've actually heard of some people that don't like the actors that are in it or what they're talking about, they actually really like Wicked. So that shows that the story might be pretty good for some of the people that I know that absolutely despise some of these Hollywood folks, but they're like, oh, dude, Wicked's really good. Those actors, they work really well together. In real life, they can't stand him, but I don't know. I haven't seen it. I don't really pay attention to any of that. But I don't know. I would watch it, I guess. Although I've heard Wicked's not actually canon. It's just kind of like someone's fan fiction. Is that the truth? I don't know. Only does it in chats. The page still says, can't you go into like your YouTube channel and make them both the same? So that if it does change up what your name, I'll fan your fiction. Promise? Don't make no promises your butt can't cash. You probably cash it. Cash it solid. Where are you? Mother, can you hear me? There it is. There it is. Everyone, vote now. What is Paul gonna do with this? Is he gonna leave it? Or is he snipping that thing off of there? Is he gonna leave this one? Or is he gonna snip it? Leave it, snip it. You can, but Google controls it all. Well, but if you make them the same, Fred says he wouldn't. Trish says snip it. Fred, like, I don't mod customs, right? That's what I'm saying. Like, if it's a nice custom, it's like you don't even know me. Or, dude. Or I know you exactly. I know we're talking about it. I know you well enough to know. Oh, is that one of them proprietary pivots? Ugh, God. It's like you. As soon as I saw it, look at the pivot with the two screw pivot. Ugh. They include the tool. Okay. They include the tool. Does that? Everyone tell me if they include the tool for that specialty pivot. Does that make it? Oh, it's all good and dandy. Snake bite's pretty normal. What about that one? What about that one? What happens if you buy one and then, you just say, well, Dan, you're an idiot. Well, yeah, I am. I'm an idiot. But I bought this probably 20 years ago. I don't have that tool anymore, bro. You gotta be kidding me. Yeah. Not all custom makers include the pivot tool. I'm not I'm not disrespecting makers, but is it disrespectful like if you look at something and you say, I love this, but because everyone has, things that they like, prefer, or whatever. This is definitely probably my favorite fixed blade, right? I'm not going to talk bad about Michael. This thing's gorgeous. Made in Reno, 1 of 11. Although the sharpening choil section has a little something to be said. I personally would say maybe it'd be a good idea to put a little notch right there. Or it's the look. The look is fantastic. But long term, and it doesn't mean I'm talking bad about Michael. I love that knife. I think it's super cool. Same kind of thing. It's like, this is cool, but just things that you consider, like, what conscious decisions get made, and doesn't mean that they're wrong just because one person doesn't like them. Like Paul gets a maker knife that's custom and wants to cut the flipper tab off of it. I'm not talking about you. He's talking about himself. What did the blade say to the gut? Slice. All right, what did we miss? Wait a minute. Why is this? Okay. Ooh, my stomach's growling. I'm hungry. I didn't have a lot of food in the house last night. Got distracted. And I probably could have eaten more. Play a little starve myself at the end of the night. Like, could have had something. But really, do you need to eat like garbage, like a donut or something right before you go to bed? And why is my chat all froze up? I was going to say good morning, Abby. What Abby say? Good morning, Rysax. Hello to you. Rysax getting another cold steel. Tonto. Okay, I got this after the live last night. This is not even in focus. Look, it's totally right there. I got to move my face to here. Oh, there you go. Artisan Cutlery Revel. Yeah, it's a button lock. This is $30 right now on the Amazon Black Friday deals. So say what you will. $30. $30. It's a Ray Laconico design. As soon as I set that coffee down, I'm going to forget about it for 5 minutes. It's going to be cold. Ray Laconico design. I have a problem with the thumb out there. I just did it, but I feel like I have to kind of get there, push at the right angle to do the thumb. I don't mind not thumbing. Definitely more of a, give me that flick, Give me the whole, flick it out, happy joys. Button lock, boom, whoop. Maybe swing it a little more, boom. I'm holding it very delicate. We got AR RPM 9 and then FRN scales with that, what do you call this? Is this like a radial, sunburst radial texture? And it's brown, flush it down. Kind of an ugly color. This was the only one on super sale. If you want the all black on black one, it's $3 more. It's like $33. And then the mint, baby blue mint one is like $45. Excuse me. And the S90V is like 70. So they have some variety on the sale, and I think the S90V one is 120, usually 120 down to 70. So that's not a bad Black Friday deal if you're looking for more of a premium version. If anything, I've noticed the button is a little chunky right out the bat, although seems to be working in just fine. And then the thumb out is definitely more of a, instead of like pushing up like this, like doing the thumbs up, it's more of a out, like it's kind of a whoop. See what I'm saying? Out, not up, kind of. You got to kind of swoop it, which is fine because more often than not I'm going to do that. And if you just have that one hand, you could just give it a swing on that button if that's what trips your trip. Yeah. So Artisan Cutlery Revel, $30 right now for the Black Friday sale. I have no problem with the RPM 9. Ray Laconico designs are pretty fun. They're cool. This does remind me of the Prado. God, it's so difficult to find stuff after I moved. I still don't have it memorized yet. I'm looking. The Prado was up there. Like, I can still tell you where the stuff was. Now where it is. It's a good looking profile. You can almost tell, right? Is it just me, or you can almost tell? You're like, oh, Ray Laconico. Like if I get out the Revel, do you notice similarities almost immediately? Blade is definitely longer, but yeah. So this is the CJRB Prado crossbar lock. Definitely a bigger knife. The Prado is a good 1/2 inch or more larger. I feel like I have another Ray Laconico. Did you hear that? That was the button. See, now it doesn't. But if almost like that spring spins around inside there, and every once in a while it gets a little chunky. Anybody have a button lock that's like that? Good morning. This freak slept in. Ray has very recognizable design language. Yes. I mean, the blade shape especially. Does this bother anyone else? Anybody else watch live streams or watch people make videos and oh wow, you guys are fast. Paul beat me. You guys are fast. Especially, like, I don't know what it is, but sometimes I'm watching a video and if they're like especially I'm all for language and flourishing it the way you want to, but something about Mom, love you, Mom. The one thing I don't know, I guess I didn't get it at first when I was younger, but my mom was very grammar police growing when I was young, you know. And what is it? The one that she would get was like the whole like loan, borrow, kind of like, can I borrow this, or I'll borrow you a thing. It's like you can't borrow somebody something, you can loan, or or whatever it was. But at the time I didn't quite get it, but I totally have the respect for it at this point in stage of my life. Not that, as I said, when someone's speaking its language, if I'm saying stuff, doesn't matter how I say it, if I convey the appropriate idea, you understand what I'm saying, then it's like flourish things the way you want to. But there is a certain thing for certain, I don't know. Thanks, Mom. Love you. Something about especially. I hear it wrong and I'm just like, I don't know why that bugs me. What's Grateful Dawn getting into today? A lot of these people, they have issues with phonics and pronunciations too. Well, I think it's parental guidance has dropped. Everybody's, if you haven't seen um, Idiocracy, that's what you can do today. Go watch Idiocracy and tell me that's not what's happening. More backyard fence building. Grateful, when you're done, come here. We're going to build the highest fence the law will allow. And then can we soundproof it? That's how I want to do my backyard. Not that I want to be that neighbor, but man, if I could just have solid wall fences 8 feet tall all the way around my backyard, maybe I wouldn't hear the dogs barking all damn day. Maybe I just need to get a house out in the woods, right? Maybe that's the thing. You want to proof my backyard? Oh, thank you. Thank you. That's all I need. That's all I need in the morning, man. I wake up. Paul wants to proof the backyard, you know. Perfect. Let's go. Not bad. $30. I think I'm gonna do a black wash to this. I'm not sure. I think it'll work. Yeah, I haven't painted miniatures in a long time, but I've done a lot of, my art background. I want to battle damage, weather it, age it. Not that I want to make this look like old and totally beat up, but I feel that texture right there, if you do it right, you could make like a black wash. Like if I were painting this, it'd be different than like trying to dye it. Dye doesn't work quite the same. But if I was painting this, you could take your black and you make it kind of runny. You kind of thin it out, depending on what kind of paint you're using, if it's like water or oil or whatever. But you make the paint thin. You thin it out a bit, and then you basically rub it all over everything, Paul. Just rub it all over everything. And then wipe it off. And then when you wipe it off, it's runny, it's thinner, it doesn't have a chance to grab on as much. It takes a little more time to set in. And so then you wipe it off, and what happens is it fills in all the cracks. It would take that texture right there and fill it in with a lot of the black, like thinner paint would get down in there, basically. And then wipe it down. It would still look pretty much new as far as the surface, but then the cracks would all pop. You know what I'm saying? You could also just dye it black and then sand the top, and then you'll sand away the surface, and then the cracks will still retain the color. Problem with that is now you're sanding the surface. And so if it was like micarta, sanding the surface, I think would be fine. Mortary, because you got that micarta, you can sand it, you can make it polished, smoother, you can make it rougher, you can kind of decide. But this is like fiberglass reinforced nylon plastic. So like if you hit that with sandpaper, it's no longer, this section right here is smooth, but it's also, you can kind of feel that mild texture, if you will. And we will. Got to finish this coffee before it gets gross. What's up, brother? You into flashlights as well? Yeah. I don't have a ton. And I don't have any of them in this area at all. Sweet sassy molassy. I have a few flashlights, couple little Olights, and what is that other one? God dang. Yeah, I don't have any of my flashlights around here right now. I'd have to go on a hunt. I know there's one out there and there's one downstairs. What flashlights do you like? Anyone? What's everyone's go-to? I have that. Where is that one too? I have that standard one that everyone bought, or if they didn't buy it, the company sent it to them. Whoops. The hell was that? Son of a bitch. What in the hell is that? Did I hear? What's up, Mersal? Paint with enamel and then hit with stripper on a rag. Yeah, sure. Yep. Indeed. Well, again, we're talking a knife. So I'm not going to paint it, but we can use some dye. I just feel that's the problem, is dye doesn't work fast when it's not hot. So like room temperature dye takes hours, if not days, to really set color. And if you put the dye on and then wipe it off, it isn't hot for very long on that surface. Therefore, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not sure. I think it's ideal with like a micarta or something, because you can, I don't know, like sanding this surface. If I try to sand this FRN, I wonder if I could find an FRN scale or something off of a junker or something that I could test out. But I feel like if you go to sand that, it's going to change that surface. But maybe it'd be better. Maybe a little more roughed up surface might feel nice, or it might just feel roughed up and scuffed up and unhappy. Streamlight, Macro Stream, USB, Raylight LAN, Apple tie on my 2. Pre-run mini for work. I like using different types of strippers. Why is it when we type stuff, dude, sometimes some of the things I type, I have all the, well, on here it doesn't, on your phone, you know, it can have the autocorrect and stuff. I have all that off. Autocorrect annoys me. Don, you changed your YouTube name again? No, YouTube did. Unfortunately, they like to bounce around back and forth. That's why I just made all mine exactly the same, so that if it decides to go from one to the other, it doesn't change because it's still the same. Right? 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 And everybody's seen this already, right? So dumb. It's so dumb. The part of it that's the wildest is that safe? Is it safe? I mean, I'm not a total slut for subscribers. This almost seems legit. My wheezy, sneezy, oozy, goozy nose. Securities are rumbling. And the dripstone pest will get smashed around the hallway. Pocket Ford. Here is the Drop Air Compare brought to you by Kaiser. Yeah, I don't know. Drop Air fully open is smaller than the handle of the Luzon. Fully opened, extended, smaller than the handle. Tommy has one of these, and I got to check it out like over a year ago. Not really sure why I didn't buy one then. They're on sale right now. Another kind of Black Friday deal. But even if they weren't, they're not that expensive anyway. This is the Luzon Large. Yes, and thank you. I believe I ordered the large cappuccino. That's ridiculous. 13.5-inch end to end. What's up, Kevin? I kind of want one. $33, $35 or whatever it is on sale. I mean, tell me you haven't gone and bought sushi that costed more than that. It's stupid, dude. And right when I opened it, there was some issues. But now, look, we got thumb, drop. No more crunchy. I put a little oil up in there. And now, buy a Magnum. How much are those again, Rice X? Good morning, Thomas. Nate had to go, otherwise we would have had the Triforce in full effect. Earl in there. Got to put some Earl up in there. Guys, get that Earl? Oosh. It's dumb. If you even are remotely just mildly sparked, just buy one. It's $33. It's it's happy joy. Boom. And I wore in my table. I hit it twice. Luckily, it's a kind of the wood on there is, if you rub it, it blends in. I did that for you, Paul. But yeah, I went like this a couple of times. Well, the problem is the height of this on the table. My camera sits this high off the table. It's like it barely, so I had to be like sideways to totally stay away from it. Laser Ghost Knives! Lava! Ladies and gentlemen, get you one. Laser Ghost, bro. Yes. Yes. Sexy knives up for the Laser Ghost. I mean, if you would like to call me, Zoe, call me maybe. Laser Ghost all day, dude. All day. I have the 3V Magnum, 12, and Taipan getting the Master Tonto tomorrow. Laser Ghost be haunting me constantly. It's a good way to be haunted. Oh no, here we go. Let's not do this today. If I start doing eye stuff in the morning, it's going to be like all day. Sharpness is there. Even this beast, this inexpensive beast is still like, wow. And maybe it's not. There we go. See that Piggly Wiggly? Where'd it go? Yeah. This is not the highest of quality by any means, but I was blown away. I shouldn't have cut that one paper, but I literally got it from corner to corner with a nice wave to it, and it was like, I think it's just because there's so much blade, you keep it at an angle. It's just got, it's got tons. Thomas says, what's everyone EDC today? Look into a cold shower and just go, yeah, that helps. I'm allergic to dust, and so what happens is if I got to keep the house moderately clean, which I do anyway. But if something gets dusty and like I go like this and I got some dust on my hand and then I get that in my eyes will get kind of irritated for a while. I'm really not trying to go down the sub 50% cold steel rabbit hole. Make your collection however you want, Paul. Do it. But see, you could pick this up and then snip that. You got a double snipper. You could double snip this bad boy. You could add 2 tips to the collection. And you're like, well, you could thumb stud that thing open still, or you can, whoops. You can use the fuller flicker. Magnosaurus EDC is the buck range 791 in forest green magnacut. Yes, that sounds delightful. DJI. Okay. I'll allow it. Got some boogies. Make my nose itch just reading that.
Zyphonx 1705 subscribed to the channel.
Zyphon subscribed. Welcome aboard. Thomas is carrying the Wingard wearables micro dick. Oh, I remember when you had us look at that. The Microtech SOCOM Elite and a Ruger LCP Light 22. Very nice. Very nice. Oh, my chatty jumpy on me. My chatty just got jumpy. I gotta go back up here. Gonna carry a Benchmade Steep Country Fixie and a Kaiser Mini Grouper. Oh, the Paul modded Kaiser Mini Grouper. I have my Mini Grouper right over here in my to customization pile. I want to do exactly what Paul did. Paul will just be like, send it. I'm like, I want to do it. I want to do it. No. Store? I want to do it. Look at that I can do. Drill the hole out, snip that off. Getting a Tonto light and some mechanics gloves today, right on. I'm going to go to Fleet Farm later today and check out the ice fishing gear. Do I need more ice fishing gear? No. Am I going to go check it out and buy a couple things? Yes. No, this is another one, Thomas. I've got more. I've got more. Do you want one? DJI, dude, I'll sub anyways. What did I miss? What did I miss? I apologize if I missed a question or something. He snipped it and put a sloth over it. I got distracted and forgot that I have like meme material that has been collected that I'm all about your oily nose. Yeah, I get a runny nose too. When I lived in California for like 8 years, I never got sick. Never got sick. Go back to Minnesota, weather changing. Although I think also when I was out there, I worked with people that worked in the nightclub industry. Nobody had kids. And now I work with people, you got kids, or I interact with more people that have kids or whatever. And then what happens? Hello from South Germany, Black Forest, right on. Kids, nothing against kids, but they are little petri dishes of death. What's up, Stonewall? And Lil Giz, I've seen you before. Little Gizzo. Right. Wash your life. Do a flip, bro. All right. There you go. She's sharp. Do another flip. I did a double. It's not as hard when there's only one. Dude, you made my day. You got the rest of it to continue? Oh, I knew I thought I missed something. We're good. Damn. That was a double. Don't have a lot of space to juggle in here. We've done it. We've done it. It may happen again one of these days. Show us your rarest. Rarest. I don't know. That's kind of a tough cue. I guess I don't have. I was gonna say it might be the Auxiliary Manufacturing Captain's Bowie. This was a limited release collab with Captain Ricky and Auxiliary Manufacturing. This is one of 11. So if you see the number 1 on there, it's backwards, I know. But so there's only 11 of these in existence, AEBL. So that is pretty unique. But I would say it would have to be this one, another custom one-off from Sea Fox. So I got this in Blade Show, Texas last year. So this is from a custom maker, Sea Fox right there. We have a hollow grind magna cut white paper micarta and then koa wood in the center. So he makes similar knives like this, but they're all kind of just interesting and unique, one-off kind of blades. Isn't the profile sweet on this? Just a nice full tang chunk of micarta, a really nice hollow grind on there. It just feels like in my hand when I hold it like this, it just feels perfect. I like the shape of the blade and the tip. Slicey, thick. The Auxiliary Manufacturing is too thick for your liking. It is thick, but that's kind of one of the things you guys are going to probably, I'm going to start making some stuff. You're going to notice a trend. I like it thick. I might have to make a thin, slicey one for a few of you, Thomas likes them a little thinner. For me, thick chunks, when I got like the boom, this gorgeous Horlock right there, and the fact that look at the thickness on that blade. Oh, give me the thick. Cheers to that. Well, Ricex, I think it has to do with just everyone likes what they like. None of us are really exactly the same. You look at my collection, it's wide. It's wide. You look at some other collections, and it depends on where you're at. I know that some people in here are definitely, like Paul doesn't want to buy this just because he doesn't, it's like, I don't need any more of that kind of cheapo stuff. I like chodes. I like a thick, chunky chode. You know what I'm saying? And people evolve with their collections over time. You start off and it's like, oh, I'd never spend more than $50 on a knife. And so you got yourself 5, 6, 7, 10 knives. They're all like 30, 40, 50 bucks. Get yourself a nicer one, and then all of a sudden you kind of graduate out and you're like, oh, I don't like sharpening these cheapos as much. Any cold steel knife you want to get, you should serve. What? I don't quite understand that. With that, I'm sorry. And it's just there's so many companies. What's everyone's favorite blade steel? That's a good question. I kind of partial to like S90V 154 CM. Just right in the middle, easy, works, available. I'll try anything though. I mean, I've got some 3CR. Laser Go, CPM 154, Magna Cut Crewwear S90V. Solid. Vanix. I like it so far. I haven't really used it a lot, so I can't really say, you know. I feel like sometimes it's even like MagnaCut. I have a couple knives in MagnaCut, but I haven't used them a ton. I haven't had to sharpen them a ton. Y'all know how often I need to sharpen is not a lot because I change stuff a lot. Which is easier for you to deal with? Trish asks Donnie, because he's a maker, which steels are easier to kind of work with? That's kind of an interesting question because I know some are nice, but then it's harder to work with, so it becomes more frustrating. Okay, I got a response for you, Rysax. Um, the passion that you feel for cold steel, there are people all over the world that there's another person next to you has that exact same passion for Kaiser, or another person next to you has that exact same passion, but for another company. And so it's kind of the same thing. Everybody kind of finds stuff that they like, and then, you love it, and you're like, well, why doesn't everybody love this? Well, because everybody's different. Some people think my long hair and this beard is dumb. Some people like the beard. Some people will never buy a knife from Cold Steel just because it's Cold Steel. Some people will never buy a knife from Kaiser just because it's Kaiser. Um, and as we were talking, like, oh, Dan doesn't go for Vostides. It's like, no, I don't. But then they make some great knives. I'm sure they do. But there's 400,000 other knives out there in the world that I could buy. That doesn't mean that I have to limit myself to that. I like Damascus. I'm not a fan. I like some Damascus. If it's a knife that I was going to use all the time, I'd rather it not be Damascus. Just more consistency with just like a straight, clean S90V. Everyone to each their own. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. If you love this $30 knife, awesome. Awesome. I know a lot of people that watch a channel that would be like, that's ridiculous. I know a lot of people that watch the channel that like the channel. They would never buy this. They'd be like, why would I buy that $13 ring knife that's 5 CR? They would never once even consider it. I bought this and instantly bought another one. Am I going to carry and use these ever? No. But I have them right next to my Numb Knives Cornerstone. You see what I'm saying? What do you think about slip joints, Rysax? Because let me tell you, a couple of years ago, I thought slip joints were basically grandpa knives, starter knives, knives like this that, exist in the world, but I'm not really, God, I hate this stupid case knife. Like, okay, they exist, but I don't care. Now, I carry this slip joint every day. Every day. I absolutely love this knife. Did I love these a year or two ago? No. Had I said, oh, I'm only buying Kaiser, I love Kaiser, oh, the Kaisers are awesome, you can get some great deals on Kaisers. Kaisers are sweet. They are. So is C. Reisner Cutlery. So is Concept. So is Cold Steel. So is Numb. So is Civivi. So is Monterey Bay Knives. There's so much greatness out there. But literally, I love slip joints. Did I love slip joints 2 years ago? Nope. Would I have spent $100 on a slip joint? Nope. Would I now? Yes. Yes, I would. Yes, I would. Okay, what did I miss from Laser Ghost? MagnaCut is CPM 154 on crack. Mersalt, I did Wino Vostides Megasaurus. I had a bad experience with them. I don't talk bad about them. apparently I hold a grudge, but it's to me, it's like I'm not holding a grudge. It's just there's so many. If I have a list of 100 knives that I want to get and I want to check out, I have plenty to look at without dealing with the company that kind of treated me the way they did. And that's just kind of how it is. I mean, they knew I had a channel. Sure, am I a big channel? No. Am I selling their knives because I promote them? No. But they knew I got it. It had an issue. I I gave them a link to the video, showed them the issue. They're like, "Oh, send it to us, and we'll send you a new one when we get it." Okay, fine. So I did. They sent me a new one that didn't even have the option that I had the issue with on the other one. They like sent me a different knife that was used, that was scratched, that was beat up. I'm like, well, why did you send me this? And they're like, what, you don't like it? And I'm like, no, I can't. There isn't even a option to swap the clip, let alone the clip swap doesn't work. And they're like, well, send that one back, and when we get it, we'll send you another one. And here it has been over a month that I waited to get the replacement. I'm like, well, why did you send this? My one and only issue I had is the clip had a tab on it, right? I'm trying to find one that has a tab like this. So the clip swap, there's your clip, there's your tab on this side. That tab would not come out. It was jammed in there incorrectly. I don't think it was machined right, which is just it's an error that happens. You make a little tab, it's supposed to be like this, it's kind of like this, it's just a little bit big. When it got in there and they screwed it down, it jammed it in there, it wouldn't come out. And we couldn't get it out. And I went through several videos trying to talk about, like, how can we get this tab out? Because you can't get the tab out, you can't put the clip on the other side. So I was like, well, I really want to be able to put the clip on the other side. And so I contacted them, and they're like, send it to us when we get it. It's like trust. Sometimes trust is all the company needs. When I had the problem with the Jack Wolf, Ben got in the live, addressed it, sent me another one with a return label, and then I got the new one fixed, perfect, and then I put the other one in the return label and sent it back to him. Done deal. Excellent service. Not, oh, well, pay for the shipping, and I'm like, what? And then they ended up, oh, well, we'll make a postage for you. Like, they were going to have me just pay to ship it back, and then I had to wait a month, and then the one they sent didn't even have, because they made two different types of that knife, and one of them had this option to swap the clip, and the other one did not. The one they sent me did not have an option to swap the clip, which was the only problem I had. Well, I guess actually the Vancor lock, the button was really loose, it fell off, it wouldn't stay in, it was chunky, and the blade had play. So they had problems with that Vancor lock right off the bat. So button issue, which happened on some, didn't happen on others, but that one had that button issue. And then I couldn't swap the clip. So then they send me a new one. It wasn't new. It was used, it was beat up, it had scratches all over the anodizing, right? Like just scratches everywhere. The button didn't stay in. The blade had play, and there was no way to swap the clip. And I had to wait a month to get that. And then I basically messaged them right away. I'm like, what is going on? What is this? And they're like, oh, isn't it great? And I'm like, no. Do you want me to post the video on this? Because I'm about to post a video, but it doesn't look good, because I was quite disappointed when I opened it, because I made the video unboxing it. And they're like, post it or whatever, so I shared it with them. I posted it, And I'm like, well, this is okay. Now what? What's the next step? And they're like, well, send it to us and we'll send you another one. And I'm like, so am I going to have to wait another month to potentially not even get one? I was like, are you going to check the clip to make sure that it's not the same issue that I had on the other one? Because if I did go on Facebook and I noticed that more than one person couldn't get the tab out of their clip as well. So I'm like, okay, well, if you're going to send me a third one, I'm going to wait another month. Are you going to check and make sure that A, it has this clip to swap, and you can B, get the tab out of it? And they're like, well, we don't really do that. And I'm like, well, obviously don't do that. The knife you just sent me is used and is scratched and beat up and doesn't have a clip swap. And they kind of went in this circle like this, knowing full well, they're like, oh, we could care less if you post videos about making us look bad, like, or what, you know what I mean? It was like, okay. And I'm like, well, so what's the plan? And they're like, well, you can send it back. I'm like, well, you're gonna send me a shipping label for this one? And I decided, yeah, why don't you I'm gonna send this back, you can give me a refund and I'll spend my $200 somewhere else. Done deal. And I mean, I was very calm, very cool, very, open, like, hey, you know what? This stuff happens, whatever. And the way that they handled it, they absolutely didn't care at all. And then the way that they saw the video of the issue and they knew I was going to post a video of the replacement. Yet they still managed to send me a replacement that was covered in scratches, beat up, used, and didn't have a clip swap. And then they didn't even seem to be surprised when I told them. So yeah, there it is. There's my Vosteed story. I'm sure Vosteed makes some nice knives. Maybe they've improved their quality of QC control, whatever. Yeah. I've got 1,000 other knives that I could buy. They're at the bottom of my list, basically. And there it is. History information about the Ray P155. Which one is that? Is that one that I had that I did the laser mark to and then cut myself? No, I have not handled that one. I don't know. I haven't had a chance to review that P155, so I don't really have any info on it. I apologize. The 14C is some of the best. Yeah, I've got a couple from them. They do have a nice budget. There's one that I got that was really nice, and I cut myself on it pretty nasty. No fault of the blade. Got the back burner. Yeah, they should have the same treatment as everyone, and I wasn't looking for special treatment by any means. I don't consider myself to be like, oh, well, do you know who I no. But I did, in fact, have a channel, and I did, in fact, have a video, and so I messaged them, and I said, hey, I can't get this clip off. I've made some extensive videos showing me trying to figure it out. Here's the unboxing. You can see me trying to do it. And they're like, oh, send the video. Great. So it's like they're seeing, they saw the whole thing. So it was like I was able to document it. And then I'm like, all right, when I get the new one, I look forward to opening it up and kind of sharing it with everyone. Like they knew, but that's how it happened. It was wild. Need a knife? McNees or HMCs are the hard users, says Trish. The sun is out. KDK is live. I'll take that. I'll take that. I have no problem with assholes. Just don't be fake. What's up, Steven? What's up, Lanyard Man? How you doing? Some customers are pushy and nosy and force themselves onto your property, ask you to do things you've never done, and act like liaison between makers and the community at large. Good question, Thomas. The whole thing was open and they knew exactly what the issue was. They watched the video. They said, oh, maybe there was a machining issue with the tab. So the fact it's like they know that the whole point of the replacement is because of this little tab didn't come out. And the knife they sent me didn't even, it had a smooth surface, no holes right there, no tab, no option to even do it. So regardless as if it was used or scratched up like it was, that all aside is one whole other thing. The main thing is the replacement didn't even have the potential to fix the issue I had with the first one. What's up, Little Monkeys? Customer's always wrong. Laser Ghost is Donnie. Most definitely. Don't you love it? LGK, Laser Ghost Knives. I'll be right back. I had to pee. Here we go. One moment. Here we are. We'll be right back. Well, now that we've got that okay. Does my shirt look orange? It's red. Lighting in here, it's kind of dark. This is red though. Cold Steel has bad customer service. There's a lot of companies that kind of customer service is iffy. And not to talk bad about companies at all. I don't have one, but websites, I've talked about that a lot. It seems everybody's website has issues. It's, I haven't built a website, so I don't know, but sometimes, Third shelf, first level, middle. Okay. Third shelf, first level, middle. What? Down here? Up top? That one right there? The fake one? Is it this? This is a kit to learn about knives. This is the Spyderco Dolica glow-in-the-dark plastic kit. On the left of the $2, Oh, boom, boom, boom. This one. This one here is a buck canoe. Standard buck 2-blade canoe. These are probably all like $20. This one actually was all scratched up, so I went and media blasted the blade. So it's more of a matte. You can see the date right there. I think this one's like 14 years old or something like that. But you can tell the difference if I open both blades up. You can see how the top one's shiny and the bottom one's matte. So this one was shiny like that. But the person I got it from used, when they hit it with a grinder or something, and just the whole side was all beat to just terrible. So I ended up just hitting it with the blaster. It gives it a more satin finish, but it's even. It doesn't look nasty like it did. Are the Pakistani knives still leaky, dripping oil? Some of them. Some of them. If I take this one right here. Yeah, that's not bad. Your Damascus, the Pakistani Damascus camel bone. These are all of $20. Flimsy this way. Solid. Well, actually, this one's got play this way too. Yeah. $20. Knife's almost as old as you. This one here, is it from the 70s? Here's my 2-dot buck 110 USA. This is between 1974 and 1979, so this one's 50 years old. I have 2 of those. See if this one's oily. This one looks almost the same. Actually not bad. Although they dripped oil out for probably a year. Had a paper towel underneath them. I mean, these are cheap. The Pakistan Damascus, it's got play. It's wobbly. This one doesn't have play this direction at least. And they're both backlocks. Feels snappy. Nice look for the knife. I'm dripping Earl right now. It adds to the flavor of the hummus. I won one of those Pakistan knives from Javon. Good luck. Yeah, I mean, you can sharpen this and maybe put an awesome edge on it that cuts once. They look nice. These are like starter kits, like starter packs. You're like, oh, I love knives. And then you go and you're like, oh, look at this table. They're all $20. All right. And then you get one. You're like, oh, this thing is cool. I love it. And then you struggle with keeping it sharp and cutting through things you want. Like, why is this thing so dull? And then you realize, you're like, oh, someone will say, hey, pick you up. Here, where is it? Ray Laconico design, AR RPM 9, $30 right now. $30. These are almost the same price. But the significant difference, it's night and dark, night and day, night and dark. The difference is like night and dark. What you know about that? 928. For those of you that weren't in the live the other day, we had a sighting. For those of us that generally do the Saturday morning coffee with me here, know that the standard issue, what we were doing is we'd go from like 8 to 9:30, and then we'd wait until 9:37 when TKE goes live. But he has not been live lately. He hasn't been posting as many videos. We had some questions like hoping everything's okay. Where's he at? What's he doing? Why isn't he live? But you can't blame anyone. Everyone's got life things. Long story short, he was in the live. He moved. And so in the move, it takes a couple weeks to pack up everything in your house and whatever, and to load everything and get moved, especially when you live stream and stuff, tearing down, your setup and your cameras and your stuff. it's a thing. So TKE's been spending the last few weeks moving. I think he's getting settled in. So he will probably be back in business posting pretty soon. We all miss him. Sorry. Squirrel. Woodland monkeys haven't been posting much lately, been busy. Yeah, life is life. Case Mako is basically a stylish version of the Buck 110. I think I've seen that. Have a good day, Woodland monkeys. We will see you on the next one. Right? Oh, I moved that already. I had it in here. Was that yesterday? Was that yesterday? I had all that shit out? I think so. I don't remember. I don't know. Squirrel. So that was what I was looking up. TKE. I don't know if he. I doubt he'll be. Maybe. Well, I don't know. We might as well find out. Anyone else hear from him? The Night's Edge. Ooh, my stomach's growling. I'm hungry. I am hungry. Does not look like he's got a live set up. Excuse me. So he's got that. We got that going. Yesterday I was showing us the old wood. Right. I got all those ones. We need to make maybe I'll take this wall over here and turn it into the Mall Ninja wall. Mall Ninja wall? If you say it all as like one word, it sounds like almost like it's a completely Mall Ninja wall. You guys ever have one of them Mall Ninja walls? I just read Whitland's comment in KDK's voice. All right, I'll see you later. And that one? My wood turned 43 years old this past July. Ooh, that's solid. That's solid. That's prime wood right there. Prime. I wouldn't say peak. You can always improve on that. Is it properly stabilized though? The drums? Oh, all right. Cabinet here today. That one? Do you guys watch the one where I spun the box like 10 times? I usually don't do that as much. I don't like taking multiple takes too often. Generally, I'll just let it roll. I just start. Sometimes when I get going, I'll forget something or whatever, and I've made it like 30 seconds of the video and be like, all right, stop, start over. And that one, I don't know what it was. It was like, boom, boom. Because I could tell if it's going to spin good right away. And it's like, boom, boom. And so then I go in and I'm like going to edit out, like, I'll just get rid of all those in the first one. And then I was like, nah, we're leaving them all in there. I don't give a shit. But imagine though, someone's never watched any videos. That's the first video they watch. They'd be like, did this guy forget to edit? It almost looks like I forgot to edit. No, we're good. I'm thankful for people like Kenman, who is very attuned to the community and always tries to go live when others are not. I do my best. I go live a lot, which, it's fun. The reason I do is because I jump on and we start chatting, and the next thing you know, hours have gone by. So it's like, if that much time can go by for me and people are having a good time, we're talking about stuff, looking up new knives, recommendations, stuff. Sweet. But I also try to, like, I have respect. I have big respect for all the others out there. You know, some of the ones that have been around for a while. It sucks though, because sometimes I'm not, and you don't get the alerts. And like MC was live last night, and I think it definitely, he said something about it had something to do with, he made a post, so he made a video like early evening and released it, and so I got the alert for that, but I didn't get the alert for the live, and then I didn't see it in the feed, and it's not there. You don't know about it. And I know there are some people that bust up and do a live, like if Trish jumps on and does a live on the Mo Patty channel, or Barbie was live one time, and I didn't know she was live. And then I was looking for something else, and then it was, oh, look at that. Click, and then, oh, Barbie's live right now, and it wasn't even letting me know. So it's like I try to pay attention when there's the standard ones I know, like Caleb goes live at this time on this day, and Mattisfaction is live on this time at this day. And I'll do some beforehand, like KC on Mondays, or like TKE today. I like to try to support best I can. I know we're all kind of part of the community, so it's like if I tell people to go watch Trish's live, I don't know how many people I'm actually bringing in. I feel like most of the people that are there already are probably going to know and go over there anyway. But I still try to, we pull in those few new people here and there, and we do the vertical lives to kind of help grow and find some other folks out there. Donnie's lives are fun, and I rarely get in Donnie's lives. He does, what is that night you usually do the late night, Donnie? Is that like Wednesday or Thursday? Or no, not. Or is it over the weekend? I know Donnie does one. Doesn't start till like 11 at night. There were a lot of lives last night. No way to avoid them. No, well, yeah, I just constantly think about it because I definitely want to help promote each other, for sure. You know what I mean? Barbie is live on Sundays. There's a bunch on Sundays. MPG is also on Sunday. Does Ron Crow do a Sunday? I try to just promote everyone as best I can. Trish did that with the last live and then brought them all over. Right. We don't know, but it's even if it's that one person, there could be that one person that's like, oh, what's that? Because I've had people on there interesting and interacting and asking some fun questions and getting into knives, and then they're like, who's KC? And I'm like, oh, boom, 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 check it out. Yeah, in Germany, knife life is difficult. There are definitely places, and I feel you, or I feel your pain. It is what it is. But the nice thing is it seems more and more, a lot of people in the knife community or the knife companies consider that. And so you're getting more and more companies that are making knives like, oh, well, this is my non-locking slip joint that's under so many inches, that's specifically, or like the Spyderco UK pen knife, like they literally are designing knives specifically for areas that have certain regulations. And I like that. I think that's cool. That shows that, oh, well, we want to be able to have people have the tools that they want in their lives. And, how can we make that work? All right, everyone, we got a recap for Fred. What did Fred miss? People got confused when I mentioned KC. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Is there a dagger there? And does anyone actually EDC a battle song? I know there's people out there. Quite a few amazing French makers doing double detents and stuff because of Euro laws. Boom. Boom. Thomas's question he answers. He has. ACO. Dagger. Grateful I was in Boy Scouts. ACO, here's a dagger. She's old, but she's a dagger. She's got it where it counts. This is my actual Boy Scout knife. I have my tote and chip card. So I was in Boy Scouts. This is 40, 35, 40 years old, something like that. Got the can opener and bottle opener. Shoot. Can opener, bottle opener, flathead screwdriver. Got the nice little ring. It does have the awl. It's got an awl. One of them leather punch. You need an awl in your life. They don't make awls anymore. They're called pry bars. Right? Maddie's currently EDCing a Bali. What brand? I'm interested. Donnie was in Cub Scouts. First Boy Scout thing they went to told me I couldn't have a fixed blade on me all the time. It's like, who's running that scout troop? Because in my scout troop, it was all about, okay, everyone, it's day one. We're doing knife safety so that you can get your tote and chip so you can carry knives all the time. And then it was like a thing like we had, there's part of the rules. It's like you had to learn like, okay, someone can't be in this space, cut away, things like that. And if you broke one of the rules, they would cut a corner off of your tote and chip card. And if you had all your corners cut, then you could not carry a knife and then had to retake like a safety test. But that was like literally day one for me in the Scouts was everyone's learning knife safety. We're all carrying knives all the time. So it was like encouraged for everyone to learn. And it was like, I carried that fixed blade. I carried this. And it was like, but we also had to carry our card. You got your tote and chip card? Yes, I do. So I feel like different scout troops can lead to different experiences. And then we had, boom, we would go out on the camping trip. And then I went on this Order the Arrow trip where it was like, we had to go out and each one of us fended for ourselves for over a night. It was like, okay, you're going, Jesus Christ, you're going this way, you're going that way. And so I basically had very minimal, no tent, and had to go out and spend the night outdoors on my own, start a fire on my own if I want. And then I learned that a bunch of other scout troops, they never did that. Like, dude, it was like 14 or whatever. Like, go out and learn how to fend for yourself. I mean, yeah, we're all 100 yards from where we had to go or whatever, you know what I mean? But Donnie needs a good volley to take apart and learn how to make one. I would recommend Squid Industries. They might even give you a good deal. Yeah, Grateful seems like his was similar. Ours was like all about it. But again, I think it's what your scout leader thinks. And so if the leader doesn't like knives, I can see how they're like, no one gets to carry fixed blades. No. And another friend of mine, his scout leader was one of the guys' moms, and she was really like anti a bunch. It was like, that's the whole point of scouts is you're learning this and this and this. And like, well, I don't think it's like each scout leader has their own kind of deal. Check out the Spyderco Small Fly 2. Is that the super tiny one, or is that the, I think I've heard of this. I've heard of this. I was already into skateboarding and being a street rat at that point. Well, see, Donnie, I was both. I was the street rat skater from 6th grade all through high school and college too. We skated almost every day. Building ramps. That's what we learned about, building and stuff. And then like I got what was it? I don't remember. There was one of the merit badges I got was what we built a quarter pipe. Good times. Good times.
Scout's first intro. Meter knives and proper care.
Yep. Blind Woo, thank you for the $2. And exactly. Scout's first intro, knives and proper care. Like we were literally like, oh, boys, we're gonna go camping and we're gonna whittle it and we're gonna carve stuff and we're gonna have knives and learn how to make fires, and I was into it. Good stuff. I remember our scout leader bought I never got to ride in it or fly it or whatever, but he bought an ultralight back in the day. I don't know what the rules are with these, but I remember he's like, oh, I got this ultralight. It was like just a few $100s. And if you don't know what an ultralight is, it's basically a wing with a little tripod area seat with like a lawnmower engine on it. And he flew that thing. It's like, do you need a pilot's license for that? No. Do you need to tell like flight control that you're going to be flying? No. I mean, was this 35 years? I don't know what the laws are today. But I mean, he could just go out into a field and be like, oh, I'm going to set up the ultralight and go flying around. Like, think about like, you just throw yourself up in the air. You don't even know how to fly this thing. It's wild. Had a full-on mobile skate park. Oh, you built a skate park? Folks couldn't drive down the street. Car! We had the cops show up one time at my buddy's house, but it was only because we took the quarter pipe, right? And this is in the street, of course. It was on a smaller, like, side town road, but we had the quarter pipe was like maybe 3 feet tall, and then a picnic table. So we had a picnic table. It was my buddy's picnic table, so it wasn't like we grabbed anything from a park or anything, but we were out front of his house on a residential street with, houses up and down. And we got the quarter pipe and then the picnic table right here. And then we got this 4x4 piece of wood, and we laid it on top of the picnic table flat and then put gas on it, lit it on fire. And we were jumping over it. And yeah, you can't do that. It was the fire. They didn't care that we had the picnic table and the ramp in the street. It looked cool though. Unfortunately, we don't have any. We used to make videos. We had a stupid old school VHS camcorder or whatever, and we made a bunch of skate videos, but they've all been lost, unfortunately. Buddy of mine that had them all. Tough times. They were in a storage unit, lost the unit, didn't get the tapes, they're gone. Somebody might have them. Someone might have 6th grade me skateboard videos. Like, basically the soundtrack to those videos is Master of Puppets and then Justice for All. Oh, it'd be cool to watch some of those, but they're gone. We made some horror movies too. Some stupid horror movies where we took like an Alf doll and cut off its head and filled it with like soup and junk and then put firecrackers in it. And it was fun back in the day. But we had some quarter pipes, 2 or 3 quarter pipes we built, a couple of launch ramps, some rail slides. It was fun. Yeah, I don't remember who had the camcorder. And then we had, all of a sudden, it was like something that they were available at school. So you could check one out from the school. So like in high school, we would check it out every weekend. But we were also in we took a video production class. It was fun back in the day. And that was when you could fall and just get up and keep going. If I fall now, I'm like out for the day. It's like, yep, and my old body hurts. I don't like that. I rolled my ankle and it was like limping for 2 weeks. Like, man, I didn't even really fall and I'm out of commission. Back in the old days, yeah, there was no cell phones in the pockets. We're out just running around. Street lights come on, make sure you're home for dinner, kind of a thing. There are 2 photos of you on a skateboard from back then. I could probably find some. I found that old skiing photo. There's a picture of me going off a jump. It's pretty sweet. I would say it's like Red Bull worthy. uh, Machine Wise ballast songs, some of the best in the business. What's a base model Machine Wise go for? Making old skates, it's like when you could find wood, like when you're like, oh, dude, we got a 4x8. It was like, yes, let's go. I remember back in the day too, I made plans for like a mini half that was 16 feet wide, 4 feet high, with what was it, an 8 foot flat transition. So it was basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 4x8 panels, and then the 2x4s. And like the plans to build that was like under $200. Like 12 4x8 panels and like 40 plus 8 foot 2x4s. And it was like $180 or whatever. I remember writing it out, what I needed. I'm going to build this ramp. And that's how cheap wood was back then. It was wild I didn't build that ramp, but I priced it out and I vividly can remember looking up like, oh, well, this board is 88 cents and these are $2 or whatever. So 12 of those is $40 or you know what I mean? It's crazy. Like now what's one 4x8 panel might be 20, 30, $40 just for the one. Photos of KDK at Woodstock. I got a bunch of those. I took 5 rolls of film that I have the negatives and the prints of from Woodstock. I could probably find one. What's up, Robin? Godfather was a contractor. Payphones. Good old payphones. We used to have things, and remember we got keychains. It was like these keychains that everyone in high school got that like the keychain rotated and you could put a quarter in it. So now you always have a quarter on you. So if there's ever an emergency, you can make a phone call and get a ride or whatever because you couldn't call Uber. That didn't exist. What type of camera was it? I bet I still have it. Let me think about that for a minute. Kodak. 1 minute. Give me 1 sec. I'll be right back. Is this good? Do I need to here make the view a little better for you? You're gonna be like, ooh, what's that one? What's that one? I'll be right back. Give me 1 second. Found it. Hold on. Sweet. All right. Okay. Okay. I need. Okay. What was your first cell phone? Qualcomm QCP 820. All right. I totally squirreled. What was that again? Spyderco what? Mini Fly or something? Ugh. I can't find it, Thomas. Thomas, post it again. What's up, Burkles? It was like Spyderco something. Small fly too. See, I keep things in my compartmentalized brain. Compartmentalize. Oh. I was not expecting it to look like that. Okay. The small fly too. Do you have one of these? Spyderco Small Fly 2 Balisong. Notify me when available. $360. Federally restricted product. If you are qualified duty-bound personnel, click here to register for purchase. My mom would send me to the store with $2.50 and you'd come back with a dozen eggs, bread, milk, and change. Wow. That is interesting. I'll give you that. Oh, this has got dust on it. I'm in trouble. All right, I found some stuff. Walmart film. Anybody know about that? Oh. Film. Dude. We're about to, okay. So I made a panoramic back in the day. Look at all the people. Look at them all. So the thing is when you keep turning, okay, hold on, they're out of order. Jesus. Oh, for Christ's sake. Where? Yeah. Look. That is a C. From the stage to this is like 100 feet. From that one to that one's 100. From that one to that one's like over 100. Or, I don't even know. It's far. You're looking at probably 100,000 people in front of us. Hey, Grateful. You could be in one of these photos. Boring. Trying to find some, so here's some crazy aftermath. I thought this had the pano in it. Ooh, there's Seven Dust. We are Seven Dust. Here's one of the tent pictures that I found. So these are some of the photos that I remember when I went through, because we saw that picture when I was on from the documentary. And you can see the guy standing there, and I was like, is that me? And then we're looking at all the tents. And then this is a picture I took from my tents. And it's like the purple and the white and the blue, and it's like, then you go and look at that in the live or in the documentary, and like, oh, well, that's boom, 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 boom. That must be, because we weren't sure if it was me, just from that picture, because I didn't take the picture and we had no idea the photo was ever taken or whatever. And it's like, that looks like you. And it, in fact, was. Look at it, I'm tall. Ex-wife. From the pit. Oh, Grateful. Is that you? You're right there. Grateful Dom. You couldn't pay me to camp out at a concert? Just live it. You just live it. All right. I want to find their specifics. Like this. See all the trash? It was everywhere because they didn't have enough garbage cans. That's a pretty tall fire. All right, where's the good one? I know there's a couple where they're good. But I have actually I have way more than 4 rolls. I thought I had, oh, yeah, okay. Yeah. Wait. Is this okay? Is everybody doing all right? We're watching me looking at look at all the folks standing up on the trailers. Come on. Dude, the corn show was crazy. Here's another one of tent madness. Okay, so look at this. You see right here, all these people, how wide that is? That is a path of people walking to the concert in the morning. That path was that wide and that full of people for like an hour and a half, nonstop. It's crazy. Some final day aftermath. That's not. There's like a whole set of like absolute destruction pics that I'm not seeing. Here we go. Those semi-trailers were all, remember the trailers that everyone was standing on? Well, those are those trailers. They set them on fire. Here's the stage, the final day. God, a lot of these are repeats. So us dragging our shit back to the car in the destroyed tent. It wasn't our destroyed tent, but it was like we had to walk 1.5 miles to carry all our stuff back. And so it's like we found an abandoned, ripped up tent, lay all our stuff in that, and then drug it to the car. Crazy. Here's one of the medical tents that got ransacked. There's one of, that's a Woodstock. There's a classic Kenman shot. It was crazy stuff. It was crazy stuff. I wish I had the big pano. I mean, I have a couple like this. It was fun. It was fun. Blind Woo lives close to Woodstock. Oh, these aren't even Woodstock photos. These are We went to Niagara Falls on the way down. I'm still wish I could find that panel that I made. Oh, here it is. All right, I'm gonna lay this out on the floor so we can get the whole. I actually printed this up on bigger sheets back in the day. Okay. We got it. We got it. Give me a sec. We'll lay it out. This is old school technology right here, kids. Back in the day when you took a picture with the camera, you had to choose what you were taking a picture of because it was on film. All right, that window was there. So I'm lining up this building with the building. Boom. And then this building. Boom. The red thing. Boom. And that is a copy. All right. I need to scan and digitize all these photos, probably. All right, so if you back up, I actually printed this out instead of like 4x6s. I had them all on like 8x12s, and so it was like a 7-foot panel that I had up on the wall. So that's the whole thing. I apologize, the lighting isn't great. I wonder if I turn that on, if it'll make it better. Whoop. And so the crazy thing is the perspective is weird because this is a, oh, I broke up, sorry. It's a flat shot, so the perspective is kind of strange. Because if you look at this red thing, this is parallel to this red thing. And then if you go here to here to here, these all go back in a row. Bang, 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 bang. Those towers. And those towers from here to here is pretty far. And they were saying something like from the first tower to the stage was like 60 to 80,000 people. So basically this tower, this middle spot, and here, from there forward, there was 60,000. And then from there to the second one was 60 more. And then from there to this one back here was another 60,000. And then if you look from there, there's another one back there. And if you look way back here, it is shoulder to shoulder people all the way. We're talking shoulder to shoulder the whole way. Literally all of that. It was out of control. It's unbelievable to be around that many people watching good music back in the day when every band was awesome. It was fantastic. I mean, even the ones that you didn't really care for or listen to were good. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't really listen to Alanis Morissette, but we saw a couple songs from her. She sounded great. Who was it that was bad? Counting Crows was drunk. I was never really a big Counting Crows guy anyway. But he was like wasted and he could barely sing. So that was kind of like, again, didn't really affect me too much because I was there more for Korn and Pantera, and then, not Pantera, Metallica and Limp Bizkit and Seven Dust. All right, that was that. Woodstock photos. Hands got dust on them. Wait 1 second. Wash. Little trip down Memory lane. That was fun. Sorry, did I miss some chat? Probably. You guys are all probably like, are we done? I hope I didn't bore anyone. Paul's nap time. Oh my God, like those pics are on paper. Well, the reality is those were photos from Woodstock 1999. So I would assume the date should be fairly accurate. And yeah, didn't have a cell phone back then. We take billions of photos now, and we don't look at them. Well, but you do. Sometimes you go through and you find them, and then you go back. But that's the thing is you had to think. It's like, oh, I got to roll the film on the camera, and there's 32 pictures I can take. So it's like you're out, and it's like, okay, you have to think. You don't just take a picture because you're going to be paying for that picture. You have to pay to develop it, and there's only so many. So you got to make sure that you're not wasteful. Back when we had the film, like now you can just I take a burst. I'll take 30 shots. We do a click, 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 and then pick the one you want and just erase the rest. It's a totally different deal. Small indoor venue, big outside volleyball court for outdoor shows. Seven Dust is great. They put on a really good show. Anyone like Warlock? What's Warlock? WCW was better than WWF. Now we're going old school wrestling. Those were the days. I got a dozen rolls of film in the freezer from the 90s. Oh, and you just go get one developed every once in a while? That's fun. Have a great weekend, Steve. Time is it? 10 o'clock. I am going to be productive. I'm going to be productive. Getting it done today. It is nice out, though. Someone's going to be like, disco? I'm going to be like, what was that? Disco? We're running out of nice days. If it's over 50 degrees today, I am having a problem saying my words. 50 degrees plus today. We're going to be running out of those quick in Minnesota. And like when it starts getting cold and it's warm a little bit, we're talking wrestling and concerts. Sure enough. Sure enough. I'm going to go through all those Woodstock photos again, try to find some super highlights, and maybe start scanning some of them or scan some of the good ones, and we can talk about it in the regular live. I can bring them up on the computer or whatever. We can actually look at the pictures rather than seeing reflections and stuff. Oh, my eyes are going to start going. I can tell there's dust in there, and I like, oof, pulled it out of the back of the closet. It was like, a little. How am I getting dust in the closet, though? Don't touch your eyes. They don't itch. It's fine. WWF era was peak wrestling. I remember seeing, because Minnesota is kind of they were around back then. There was a lot of it was in the Midwest, and I remember we saw, where were we at? It was like a Perkins or a Denny's or something like that, and the Hulkster was there. It was like, oh, that's Hulk Hogan. Cool. Oh, they're wrestling. Oh, dude. Okay. 1 second. Sorry. Getting all worried. Hansel and Gretel. They hit the local colleges and stuff back in the day, and it would be like a charity thing. Iron Sheik. Yeah, we're time goes. You get old. You get older every day. Every stinking day. How do we stay young? How do we do it? We could all become vampires. I did just actually hit him, Thomas. That's exactly what I just did. I rinsed off my hands again to make sure maybe any dust residue was gone, and then I was like, bloop, bloop. It's usually not terrible, but it's when I'm days where I'm like cleaning or something, and I happen to just get some, like, because my eyes are literally have like, anybody ever do the allergy tests back in the day, or even today or whatever? But I did those allergy tests where they put the pads on you, like each pad has like a bunch of pins, and then they put the pins on, and each one basically then, oh, looks like you're allergic to cats, you're allergic to dust, you're allergic to, whatever. It kind of tells you what reacts or whatever. And I just have to be careful around a couple things. I get some stuff out, like we've talked about that too, in the summer when the cottonwoods start to drop, the prick test. Take that prick test. What's up, Cicero? Yeah, that cottonwood starts falling and my eyes get itchy. I hate that. In the middle of 200 push-ups and sit-ups? Good for you, Jim. I need to do that. I'm out of shape. I'm a shape. I have no cardio, though. We're walking and talking at the course up the hill, and I'm like winded, like dumb. I'm not huge, but I've got like, what is this? Why is this? Bleh. I just feel like, you know what I mean? And I think I would feel a little more energized and a little more, if I was just took a little more fitness into mind. Been lazy for way too long, eating them donuts at midnight. That's what I do. It could be worse. I'm not trying to say whatever. I have some, we'd all have some friends out there that are working on weight things and taking care of themselves. BEDC is doing a great job. Power to them. And I support that. Try to be at least healthy is the goal. Whatever size and shape you are. Try to live healthy at least. Don't put garbage in your body. Where are them donuts? Sweets are for late night. Dude, I'm telling you, you get a little snack hungry or whatever, and you know. Yeah, I'm not healthy. I try. We do what we can when we can. Let me tell you though, if I had some donuts right now, I do need to go get some food. I gotta go to the grocery stores, what I really need to do. I am pretty much out. I don't even have a chef in the kitchen anymore. We don't even have any Boyardees. I might have a box of Kraft mac and cheese in there. I might. Robin says caffeine, THC. It gets you through the day. I took Trenbolone. So you gained? Is that like I don't know Trenbolone. Is that like a... Who needs a chef? Dude, mac and cheese is bomb. Mac and cheese, I love pasta. So like I used to be, when I didn't work in the mornings, I would make a ramen with eggs and peppers and meat in it like every day. A good old mac and cheese is bomb. Say whatever you want, but sometimes just a can of spaghetti and meatballs, the old spaghetti-o and meatballs, or like the Chef Boyardee raviolis. What a great snack. Is it a meal? No, but it's a great snack. Like, oh, I'm kind of hungry. Ooh, I got a thing of the mini raviolis in there. 2 minutes. Can I make you some sandwiches? Yes. What's up, King William? Yes. Hello, Oscar. For the ones joining recently, have you seen this thing yet? The Luzon Large. You can hide and open the Drop Bear Compare. I don't have a Drop Bear. It doesn't even compare. It hides behind the handle. You gotta love it. The baby version of this. Oh yeah, there is the Luzon, the standard Luzon, which is like almost a, what is it, 7 3/4, maybe 8-inch knife. This is 13.5. Cold steel Luzon large. Look at that. That for the price on this. What? Why is this so fun? What's everyone's favorite knife from a movie or a TV show? Go. You guys know mine. It's right there. And there's a photo of it up there in the corner too. Right there. Friday the 13th, the final chapter, which is part 4. They should make a Luzon XL. All of them. Rambo knife. Chucky's Voodoo knife. The 3-bladed sword from the Sword and the Sorceress. The glaive from Krull. The glaive. Who doesn't want... Why don't I have a glaive from Krull? Riddle me that. The original Tomb Raider OTF. The linoleum knife from Hannibal. Ha! The outside sword shot on the Sword and the Sorceress. They fired. Edwards. Yeah. Have you used all of your knives? Have I? Yes and no. Yes and no. Do I have an Ulu knife from Alaska? I'm screenshotting that. Crescent-shaped knife meant for gutting fish. I don't, but I just screenshotted it, and I'm interested. I'm going to look one of those up, Oscar. Are there any untouched steel? There is a lot of knives that are pretty much mint that might have maybe cut a piece of paper in a paper cut test, or literally nothing. I don't know which ones. I'm 55-year-old and I still want a glaive. Wanted one from the first time I ever watched the movie. I have 3 from the Blade movies, but the actual glaive is the grail of all grails. Krull was amazing. I only use my cheap Chinese knives to cut things, not much cold steel or good knives. I've used and fondled most all of them. I mean, there's some that are very cut literally next to, I got this in Blade Show. This is the Chef Master from QSP. Great knife. I think I've carried this twice. And so at work, I may have cut open a dozen or so boxes at most, but other than that, it's pretty much fresh out the box. So I have several knives that are like that. Hell, I don't know, this one here, the gavial, the fish eating crocodile, QSP. I've carried this maybe once. I might have not carried it on a day of work, and I might have not really cut much of anything with it. It's pretty much mint. But I don't have anything, I guess, that I would consider, maybe this one I don't cut much with because it's a beast, and I've opened a couple boxes with it. Call the Conqueror was actually the script for the third Arnold Conan movie, repurposed to make Crow. Summer made razor sharp. Stepmother has an ulu that's the sharpest thing. Yeah, if you're gutting fish in that angle, you might be going through bones and stuff. I feel like that would be something that you would want to be nice and sharp. Like fillet knives that I have. What's everyone's favorite multi-tool? I don't really use multi-tools. I think I like individual. I have some multi-tools. I have a few, like the Gerber one. I have a Leatherman. I have a couple Leathermans, but I never really use them. I'm generally more grab a screwdriver for the screwdriver task, grab a wrench, grab a pliers, rather than the multi-tool. I have a couple of them like in emergency kits in the car, but it's like it's for an emergency that it never really happens, so they're there, but I don't really use it. What's the folder for the day? Fixie 2 if you run in one. I haven't decided yet, Be Shady. I haven't left the house. Everyone knows what I have. I try to carry something different every day. Oh, you know what it'll probably be? This is my video that's posting today. I just got it. This is the Artisan Cutlery Revel. This is Black Friday deal, so you can get these for $30 right now. AR RPM 9 and FRN scales, button lock. They do have an S90V version, which should be $120. That's on sale for $70. These aren't my sale prices. I don't have a code or anything like that. If you just go to Amazon, Artisan Cutlery, it'll show you Black Friday deals. AR RPM 9, Ray Laconico. This is the Revel. I am going to modify it, so I'm going to swap the clip. I think I'm going to try to get some type of a black wash in the grooves or something. But generally what I do is when I get a new knife and then I post the video for it, that will be the knife that I carry that day. Then I can do my daily pocket check short and then link that to the video of the unboxing. So yeah, I will definitely be carrying my new Artisan Cutlery Revel today. Then what do I match with it? Jesus? Who, me? I mean, thank you. Solid PowerPoint is Be Shady's go-to. Skeletool CX as well as the Style CS and PS. All good. Screenshots. I'll look those up. Check them out. Laser Donnie. That's what. What's up, Greg Vanderflip? Laser Ghost. That's Donnie. If you don't know, now you know. Tell me that's not a great rebrand. Thank you, Trish. Laser Ghost, bro. I mean, it's already there. It's not like he's even rebranding because his logo's always been Laser Ghost, or has it always been? As long as I've known the last couple of years, it's always been that Laser Ghost of beauty. Getting ready for a baby gender party up north at the stepdaughters. Should be a fun family day. I got my shoe size blade. My shoes are men 12, so this Bowie knife is big. Schrader. Right on. Donnie is a Ghostbuster. Yeah, Pac-Man is the bad guy, not the ghosts. Pac-Man is the monster. What do I carry? So now I got to break it down. Grateful Dong has been crushing it lately. He's been posting his daily carries, And he's always got, I mean, I always carry 2 or 3, so I'm not going to lie, this will also be in my pocket. So I will have the C. Reisner Cutlery Kentucky Holler Jack. They look decent enough together, but I carry this every day. So I got this, I put it in my Terry slip, my 1931 Leatherworks slip, and that's in this pocket here, and then I usually carry 2 other ones. Which one's your go-to knife any day? Oh, that Schrader. Nice. It's nice to have like a go-to. If you've got one that just works, it's like this one is always in my pocket, but I'm always getting new ones. So like the new one for today. Grateful's carrying some straight beaters today. I always thought it was like a light shining out of a hobbit's hut. Later, Greg. Thanks for popping in. The APOC Demco Bowie. Yeah. Doesn't it look like it's light shining out of a hobbit hut? I love what people see. It's great. Donnie's losing it over there. I mean, I didn't see it, but when he said it, I instantly saw it. You know, you're like, oh, I mean, I didn't see that, but okay, I see where you're getting. Has there been a day where you used all 3 in a single day? Carrying a pry bar makes more sense than carrying 3 knives. Well, I also carry the pry bar. So I carry the pry bar too. I carry the pry bar, I carry the pen. I got my pen, yep. I got the pen, the pry bar, whatever my main carry is for the day. Often what my main carry is, if I don't have a new knife or whatever, my main will be like a favorite, you know, something nice. And what that will be is reserved. That is reserved for me. That is my joy. I get to open and close and mess around and fidget with it at will during the day. I'll make some cuts with it. But if somebody wants to borrow a knife, they don't get that one. They get, you know, my secondary or third dairy carry. Rice Axe was talking about Demco. I love Demco. Solid. That's fun. So to answer the question, do I use all 3? I rarely use the pry bar. I have, but I rarely use it. I use the pen constantly. I will take this out a few times a day just for some fun fidget and just like, ooh, leather. Oh, I like it. Feels nice. Get this out. I'll cut a couple boxes open with this one pretty much every day. I will cut a few boxes. I end up cutting 20 or so times, whether it's a box or paper or tape or wrapping or whatever. So I'll use my main a few times. I'll bust this out a couple times a day just because I like it. And then I'll usually carry, like yesterday, I carried, and then this was my 3rd one that I can put in my little 5th pocket. And this is just that little Flytanium Minim. And then so I'll have one like this, or I'll have like the little Nafslander 6. And then if someone's like, oh, can I borrow a knife, and I don't trust them or whatever, it's like, there you go. You can use this one. Bought the Vero Fulcrum. Basically, on a whim, I use it every day, multiple times a day. It's more useful than I ever would have thought. Isn't that something? I carry at least 2 knives as well. Use them every day. Tools are a must-have, being in industrial maintenance. Right, it's necessary you use them. That's like me at work. I use a pen. I'm filling out paperwork, or I'm signing off other people's paperwork that when they're doing stuff, I have to check it, make sure it's good. And I'm opening at least 10 to 20 different orders of things every single day. So to me at work 5 days a week, I am cutting and writing. And so it's something that I always will need and use. And to me, it's good to have that fun main that's just a cool, crazy knife, that like the one I got just recently from Fred. the Tenable Calibri Tech Beast. So I'll have that and kind of enjoy opening and closing it throughout the day. Probably make a few cuts with it. I love the slip joints now, having one on me. And then usually I'll find a smaller knife like this. Another one that makes the pocket a lot is the Baby Banter Warncliffe edition, Edyards edition. Edyards, you made it. There it is. This is this is one that you could, if this was in my pocket, it gets taken out and used a lot. And for a small, you don't even really need the Edyards on there. With that choke up and grab, there's still handle right there. It's a full grip. You can get in there, tear through some boxes, super easy. I use my Pioneer tactical pen every day, all day. UK Laws, King William, UK penknife, bro, dude. If you don't know, let's bring it up right now. The UK PK, bro. Magna Cut, that's the one you want. Rupture. Boom. So this is just Blade HQ right here, dude. North Valley Neil sent me a box of his knives to check out. One of them that was in there was the Spyderco UK penknife, salt, slip joint, FRN scales, and Magna Cut. This knife is rad, dude. I really liked it. Really, really nice. I don't even have Spyderco. This knife is cool. And this is straight up UK penknife. They made this to be strict legal guidelines of the UK right here that govern size and function. Spyderco's UK penknife accepted virtually everywhere. You know, and maybe that might not be your style, but dude, Spyderco isn't really my style. Slip joints weren't really my style. I got that knife in hand and it was like, dude, this thing is sweet. It's just great. It's a great knife. What are they, $100? $100 for Magna Cut. So you virtually have a knife you can chuck in the ocean, you know, and maybe the pins will go bad. But the handle won't and the blade won't change at all. I mean, not that you're going to do that, but try to look up an Uli knife. What would be a good way to do that? Oh, why did I not think it looked like that? I was thinking it looked more like this. I was thinking it looked more like this. Holy cow. I mean, that's fun, right? Dude. Yes. How about straight from the Uli factory? I mean, I don't know how much more legit you can get with that. They got moose. Dude, this has got to be as legit as it can get. Cabin, moose, Ulu factory. I mean, I would imagine this is the jam right here. Expertly crafted Ulus at the Ulu factory, Alaska's most unique manufacturing facility. How about that? Custom Ulu. It almost looks like a pizza cutter. For $46 though, I might have to, and then I could engrave my monogram right here. For $5 more. Dylan. What's up, Mallory? Oh, I hate Nate. Yeah. Oscar says that's as legit as it gets. I've got him on there now. I'm going to look it up. Ooh, antler handle Ulus. Stop. Yeah. Sorry. No, yeah. Walrus jawbone. Now that's just straight up screaming Alaska. Pocket Ulu? Shut the door. Look at that. Bruh. Oh, I hate these. Come on. Let's go. Yes. Moose antler handle pocket Ulu. Looks like we made it. Dude, bro, those are dumb. I love it. Dude, shut up. I mean, okay. The pizza cutter with the thing, sure, but then like, dude, Alaskan antler Ulu, yes. I mean, $80 instead of 45. But if you're gonna Ulu, dude, what Ulu do you do? What's Dylan getting into today? I can't wait for the fixies to come up. I'm ready for a new one that's not a throw at tree knife. Buy the shirt. Buy the shirt. Dude, I mean that's cool. I like that. I think that is neat. I am in. Okay, so sea cow. Scrimshaw. We did get into some scrimshaw. It's fun. It's difficult. Oh, shit. Here we go. Page 2. More scrims. Dude, I gotta go back to that folder, dude. I mean, mammoth ivory. Yeah. Pocket Ulus. Dude, I mean, okay. The moose antler on both sides, stainless steel blade, stainless steel what? They don't really tell you any more than stainless steel. These are cool. Ooh, the wood handle. I think it's gotta be a moose antler though. I mean, if you're gonna folding pocket uli straight out of Alaska, you why wouldn't you do moose antler? Well, and whatever works for you, for sure, Oscar. But what works for me? The moose. Pocket Ulu. Wow. Okay. What's up, Ron? Who's got a Ulu besides Oscar? I'm assuming Oscar has one. They have any made out of demon horns. We'll have to. Hey Nate, I guess I'll get a grinder and I'll make the KDK demon horn ulu. Was he a good demon? The best demon. The absolute best demon. It'll replace every knife you got for fish gutting and cutting up beef. In Alaska, we've got ulus. They look rad. Whether or not it's going to replace knives, I mean, I don't know. I don't really gut fish. I fillet fish. When I go fishing, the fish that we catch, we fillet. I know some fish you can just gut. Like sometimes we go trout fishing and stuff where we'll just gut them and cook the whole fish. But most of the fish that I do, ice fishing and fishing in the summer and stuff, when we catch and cook, is going to be more of a full fillet. I'm not sure how that works. How does the uli work? This is my favorite go-to right here. The Super Flex. Nice little handle. This is the classic. But a good Super Flex smaller one. I like getting in there and you just basically, I just get the tip, drag the tip along, and then work out a nice fillet. I have a couple larger ones too, but honestly, my go-to is the shorter style. Although a lot when we do some catch and cook, more often than not, it's going to be walleyes, panfish, sunnies, crappies, nothing that's generally huge. I was using a fillet knife I made as a butter knife last night. There you go. YouTube blows. I'm on chat on my phone and live chat and still can't see Nate. Has Nate been posting that we missed? He posted, I only got, never mind. I see Nate. Yeah, because he's the one who said demon horn. Dom, Grandpa is talking to you. This I've been kind of sitting here and you see this root. You see this air root right here? I keep thinking it's like part of my hair, and I need to go water that thing today. I have to water plants. I have to go buy groceries. I have to water plants. I have to finish some handles. I have to make a video for tomorrow. No Nate for grateful. Dude, this sucks. The problem is I've tried to contact YouTube a couple times about things like this in the live chat and stuff. You get a response, but it's an AI response. You don't even get a person analyzing it. And then they're like, they want me to make a video showing it and then send them the video. It's like, how do I do that? I have to screen cap the entire live stream. I don't know. Ulus are great for filleting fish. If you look up Fish Camp, Alaskan Gutting Fish. Right. And I think it's kind of the how you get used to it, the technique you use, and the knife. You know, I know a lot of people that when they fillet, they want to use like an 8-inch, 9-inch blade. I like a shorter blade. So everyone has their own style and technique and what works good for them. And if like that's the knife that's popular and that's what you grew up and someone gave you one and you use it, I would have guessed, you know, you're like, ooh, I like this, got that pointy little tip. The big one where you hold it like this with the blade like that, I feel like that is a method where you have to learn that. That's a new skill. Making a fillet knife sucks because they're so thin and wispy. Dom, Hate Nate is talking to you. That's a bummer. That's a bummer. So I think getting used to it. It's a different hold, a different style. technique. But yeah, you develop a technique, it might be the absolute bomb. And I think it also is, it's the type of fish that you're processing. I have a feeling when I see Alaskan fishing, it's not the same. And that's not bad. That's good. Alaskan fishing, you're catching bigger, bigger, better. Right? So I see people that are Alaskan fishing, catching big salmon and big fish, and they're like holding, like boom, like, and you got a fish that's this big around, you're using a bigger knife for filleting it, I'm filleting up fish that are, panfish. And so I think sometimes the tool, like one of those for filleting up like a crappie, I mean, I'm sure someone could do it, but I don't know if it's the right tool for the job, versus a skinny little thin small fillet knife works great. But these folders, I don't know how many people process as much with the pocket ulu, but the way this is shaped with that tip, you can, you get you grab on there and get in there tight, and now that tip is in a spot of very solid control. Pocket ulu, the big ulu is a big difference, but the smaller ones are better for small fish, right? And as I'm saying, processing fish around here when I do generally aren't as I can see dong. Yeah, a smaller knife for a smaller fish for sure. And the Alaskan fish, I'm jealous. I'd love to go fishing up in Alaska and catch some beasts. That would be cool. The Alaskan moose antler handle ulu. Yeah. I need one of these. I need one. For those that know my collection and my habits, I am definitely a creature of interesting, unique styles. If there is a folding scythe, I want it. If there is a huge bowie with a crown stag handle, I want it. If there is a razzle, nax, axe, chisel, all in one, I want it. If there's a brand new locking mechanism, the pinch lock, I want it. If I find some silly, oh look, a ring lock with a ratcheting folder, I want it. Only seen beasts when they're caught by fish because they stay at the bottom. Fun. I love fishing. I'd like to get up to Alaska for a fishing trip one day. But yeah, am I going to carry this? No. Am I going to open it and close it on some lives and enjoy it? Yeah. So to me, when I see a different design, a style that I don't have, I'm interested. I wish we could get a hold of YouTube, but if anyone has any recommendations, because ultimately the issue that we're having is major, because what it comes down to is right now we're on my channel, right? So my channel is kind of set up for me. They have made the YouTube to help me create and share with my community. It's our community, but you know what I mean? The people that are on my channel. And so then they're picking, like, you have live chat, top chat. So top chat, what should top chat consist of on my channel? I would think that if you are going to isolate top chat for my channel, one thing you would notice is the people in the chat have little icons. Some of them have icons next to their name showing that they're members. I would think that every member should instantly be considered top chat. Correct? they're a member. They have decided to invest some of their hard-earned dollars in that channel to help promote that channel, support that channel. That is Top Chat. That is a critical importance. They make your name green. Give you the little icon. Right now, Hate Nate says #1 crown next to him. And what's Grateful's? I don't know. But you all know what I'm saying. If we're on my channel, Top Chat, all my paid supporting subscriber members should be able to see each other. Those are like the #1. But what's Top Chat could be someone who's never even been here before. How is that Top Chat? And I'm not denying the new person. I think they heard you. All of a sudden I can see Nate. Well, and that's the thing, is there is no person answering. It's all this AI. I've sent emails and I don't get a human response. You can clearly tell it's not a human response. So now you guys can see each other. All I have to do is complain long enough. But I think I'm preaching to the choir here. I think everyone knows and agrees that, yeah, that makes perfect sense. If I'm on Trish's channel and they're, whoever's on there the most, those are the people that should be at the top. It's just that's just how it is. But it's like purposefully, especially the Magnus sluts. I have literally the top contributing members that are in every single live most of the time. And I don't see Grateful Dong if I don't hit live chat. That just pisses me off. Trish. We did it! Magus Loads. Is Tom still in here? We got all 3 of us? All 4 of us? I love everyone else too. I will never try to pressure anyone to join that group. As much as I love that group. That's great. You guys, you're on my Christmas list. No, it's more than that. It's not just Christmas. It's throughout the year. All around. I don't mind being at the bottom. Broke as heck out here in Alaska. Well, it's not even you, Oscar. It's the fact that they don't. Why would Top Chat not contain people that are in my lives all the time? Like, that is Top Chat. That is literally what the definition to me of Top Chat would be. Oh my God, that's disgusting. Holy sh! Are we really pushing 3 hours? How did that happen? How did that happen? Wow. Grateful Dong has sent 5 Kenman Dan Kenman gift memberships. Let the owl speak. Let the boy watch. I forgot to hit the end button. End? What did I miss? Oh, I didn't hit the end, and that's why we're still going. You can't help yourself? Are you and KC a challenge going on? I just want KC to pop into everyone and be like, oh, look, who's live again? I learned it by watching you. Who taught you how to do these things? All right, so thank you, Dong, for the 5 gift memberships. Anyone who got a new membership, congratulations. Pop up some emojis. I need to add some more emojis. So who got it? TC Blades, level on up. Waylon, right on. What's up? I don't know if Waylon's in here right now. Waylon's cool. Everybody's cool. Sorry, I don't mean to isolate like that. I've met Waylon. Mr. PM3 and Tommy Boy. Welcome. You get that for a month. You can all thank the wonderful and amazing Grateful Dong. Hateful Dong is reunited. Reunited. Yes, again. 24-hour stream. I have stuff to do. Isolating us little people. Trish. Do you know how many people I say Trish? You know, we've got a lot of Gratefuls and B Shadies and different names that's not their actual name. And am I addressing them as the great, wonderful, talented Trish? Now you're isolated. Fully isolated Trish right there. Right chair. She's a sweetheart. I mean, and she's a great person for the community. Does a lot of good things. Hateful Dong. Nobody puts Patty in a corner. She's an icon. Dude, my eyes. It's going to happen. Doing my best. Doing my best. It's this one. Squidgy. It's getting squidgy. Wow. Okay. I gotta go. I gotta go get some stuff done. I gotta do things. I am not, but my knives are. No, Trish, you are. Absolutely. A treasure. Good kicking it, y'all. Right on, Donnie. Later, taters. I appreciate each and every single one of you. Support your local knife community. Go buy a knife. Who's going to buy an Ulu? Coming soon. Ulu. Love to everybody. Magnus Lutz for life. Everybody else, members, non-members, subscribers, people that just showed up the first time. Appreciate all of you. Check out the knife world. See what's out there. Find something new. Buy an Ulu. Tell me about it. Good sesh. Good sesh. Solid sesh. Thanks, Nate, for the super chats. Thanks for the memberships. Grateful. Thanks for all the good interactions from everybody. Ulu Dan. What do we need in merch? What do we need in merch, Be Shady? Let me know so I can make a note. What did I miss? Something I said. Oh, the Magnus Lutz. Well, the thing is Be Shady, the Magnus Lutz is like they created that by becoming the Magnus Lutz. And so that's kind of a limited edition for, like, I can't like break that into the normal. I'm making custom masks for the Magnus Lutz, and I'm making custom bowling shirts for the members of the Magnus Lutz. And I don't want to deny anyone that option, but I mean, that's literally my celebration and love and appreciation for them joining and being members at the Magna Cut level. And so I have to do something special for them, and that's kind of what that is. And so after I do that, you know, maybe we could get like Magnus Lutz fanboy shirts. I don't know. Okay, I gotta go. Love you all. Stay sharp. Stay safe. See you soon.